Good morning. I got the trainer shirt on. It's time to start Business Mastery 2. We're going to start here in about 45 minutes, and we're going to go over the next 5 days. The most in-depth business seminar that is held anywhere. It is extraordinary what you learn over these 5 days, and I'm truly lucky that I get to be part of it. So we've been talking about self-confidence, and we talked about how obviously we always want to look at that triad. Remember, everything that we feel because of how our triad is being managed. Our physiology, our language, and our focus slash belief. And yesterday we talked about physiology, that if you want to have confidence, that it starts with physiology, that when you're confident, you stand in a certain way. And I posted the video. If you didn't get a chance to take a look at it, Amy Cuddy's video on the power stance and the power moves and what happens when you do those things. And this is a chemical response. I mean, it isn't just, oh, I'm going to do this and then I feel better. That happens, but there's actually a chemical response in your body when you do these things. So there's a reality to this that's beyond just, oh, I'm pumping myself up. So we'd understood that, number one, we got to work on our physiology. Okay, if we do our physiology right, then we're going to have confidence. But beyond that, then we got to do the other two legs or the other two angles or sides of the triangle. We got to do language and focus slash belief. Well, language, this is why we constantly are saying things like, life is happening for me, not to me. If you're in a really tough time and you don't have confidence, and then all of a sudden you say to yourself, life is happening for me, not to me. Now, how's that going to make you feel? That's going to make you feel completely differently. If you ask yourself a question like, what's the gift that I'm going to get out of this that I haven't realized yet? How is this going to make me stronger and better? How is this current situation going to benefit me down the road? When you start asking questions like that, now you're going to start feeling more confident and you're going to start feeling differently. The other thing that we can do is we can control our focus. And the way that we do that is control what it is that we think about. We are so good, and I'm very guilty of this too. We are so good at beating ourselves up, and we are so terrible at giving ourselves credit for the things that we do right. As humans, we're just horrible at it. And you have had times where you really didn't think that you were going to figure it out, and you did. You have had times where you did something and you went, holy crap, I did that. I can't believe that I did that. The people that are on this call, I know sometimes that you had. Mr. Dakin on this call is able to catch the biggest fish that you've ever seen in a body of water that you would never believe those fish are there. How the heck does he do that? He says, well, it's simple. If you want to catch big fish, you got to go fishing for big fish. Brilliant. Mary Kaufman, who's on this call, just won a political seat running in a party that it is very, very difficult to get elected in an area in that particular party, but yet she won. You can always look back at days when you did something important and significant, and you can go, oh yeah, I forgot that I did that. Tamberly on this call has done all kinds of stuff that's significant in the last year. If you go back and take a look at her Facebook page, she just got done with a great seminar. I was around her in November and saw her do amazing work as crew at the UPW down in Florida. We got to remember those times when we looked back and said, I really did do a good job there, and you're actually proud of those situations. When you're in a period where you're struggling with confidence, you got to go back and you got to bring those memories back and bring them in front of you and put them right where you can see them all the time. One of the things you should do at the end of this video or sometime today is write down your 5 greatest accomplishments that you've ever done in your life and keep track of those. We are so good at taking our failures and putting them right in front of us and making them bright and focused and being the only thing that we see. What we want to do with those is learn the lesson of that challenge, and then let it go. It's in the past. Let it go off into that beautiful sunrise and go into the sun and go, psst. Retain the lesson, but let it go. You are no longer that person because you've retained the lesson. Stop beating yourself up. If you continue to beat yourself up for something that you did and you've learned the lesson, you're punishing an innocent person. Instead, take those successes that you've had and put them in front of you and remember those and really feel the feelings of those particular successes. Really feel them. And now that's going to start to change that confidence. You do the physiology, and then you work on your language. Instead of asking questions like, why does this always happen to me? You can ask questions like, what's the gift that's going to come out of this that I haven't realized yet? And then you can start looking at, here's other successes that I've had. Condition yourself to feel good. Condition yourself to feel confident. Even if everything's falling apart around you, think about this. If you want to have, we're getting ready to do a business seminar. If you want to have a successful business, or if you want to be successful in your job, when the world is falling apart, when everything looks like the darkness is never going to end, do you want to be led by the person who's sitting in the corner going, I have no idea what we're going to do? Or do you want to be led by the person that steps up and says, I'll handle this, we're going to get out of this? Everybody follow me because I know what we're going to do. Even if you don't know what they're going to do, are you going to follow them? Absolutely. You want to follow the person that has confidence. If you're going to have open heart surgery, do you want the person that comes in and says, yeah, well, I hope this works out? Or do you want the person that comes in and says, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I've done this a million times and you're going to be fine. That's the person that you want cutting your chest open and touching your heart, right? So you want to be that person. You want to be that person for all of the people in your life. You want to be that person for your spouse. You want to be that person for your kids. You want to be that person for those that are around you. And whatever goals you want to accomplish, if you are that person, then you're going to be the one that's accomplishing those goals. Confidence isn't something that happens because of a result. It's something that happens because we give ourselves the gift of having confidence. And we can do that at any time. So do your cape walk, stand there and use your physiology, use your language. What's the gift in this? How can I use this? What's great about this that I haven't realized yet? And then focus on the successes that you've had in your life because we've all had them. So find the 5 greatest successes, write them down, and look at them every day. Along with those morning questions, this stuff all goes together. And it'll come together in a way that's going to help you again and again and again. Thank you so much. I'm going to say hi to everybody. We got a lot on this morning. Mr. Dakin, great to see you. Mr. Lampy, Miss Kabatsky. Mary, great to see you. Tamberly, thanks so much for hopping on. Are you crewing today? Are you at Business Mastery? Christina, great to see you. Mary's on there again. Teresa, thanks so much for saying hi. I think I got everybody. Thank you, everybody, so much. I'm truly honored that you take the time to watch the video. Hope you found value. Put anything in the chat, any questions. I'll be glad to answer them. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.